Welcome to Air Emergencies Simply Explained. In today's video, we will be looking into the crash of professional golfer Payne Stewart. October 25, 1999. November 4, 7 Bravo Alpha, a Learjet 35 operated by Sunjet Aviation, conducts a charter flight from Orlando, Florida to Dallas, Texas. On board are 4 passengers and 2 crew members. Among the passengers is PGA golfer Payne Stewart. As the flight nears its cruising altitude of 39,000 feet, Jacksonville Air Route Traffic Control Center instructs the pilot to tune into another air traffic control frequency. However, the pilots do not respond. The controller attempts to contact the flight 5 more times over the next 5 minutes, with no luck. Other aircraft also try to make contact but are unsuccessful. The flight passes its assigned cruising altitude of 39,000 feet. The flight also does not perform a planned course change. Jacksonville ARTCC declares an emergency. The National Transportation Safety Board is also notified. An hour into the flight, the media begins breaking into the story of the rogue Learjet. A U.S. Air Force F-16 intercepts the Learjet and attempts to make visual and radio contact with it. The fighter pilot reports that he cannot see into the cockpit and that the windshield appears to have been covered with condensation or ice. Upon learning this, the NTSB concludes that the aircraft has depressurized and that everyone on board the aircraft are already dead. The White House is informed of the situation as the aircraft flies over Tennessee. Learjet informs the NTSB that the aircraft will probably run out of fuel by the time it reaches South Dakota. A pair of F-16s from Oklahoma National Guard intercepts the Learjet. One of the F-16s reports that he cannot see any movement from inside the aircraft and that the windshield appears iced. The 2 F-16s eventually break off to refuel. Several minutes later, 2 more F-16s from the North Dakota Air National Guard intercepts the Learjet. The F-16s are joined by the Oklahoma Air National Guard F-16s, which had finished refueling. The Learjet eventually reaches South Dakota airspace. At 12:10 p.m., the right engine flames out. Due to thrust asymmetry, the aircraft rolls to the right and begins spiraling to the ground. November 4, 7 Bravo Alpha crashes into a field in Edmonds County, South Dakota. Due to the severity of the crash, the NTSB was not able to determine why the Learjet depressurized. However, the NTSB was able to recover a major flaw in the pilot's emergency checklist. The checklist called for the pilots to troubleshoot the problem first before donning their oxygen masks. Hypoxia can only take seconds before it causes incapacitation. The pilots would not have time to troubleshoot the aircraft before they passed out. In response to the accident, the Federal Aviation Administration requires the checklists be redesigned so that donning of the oxygen masks are the first item on the list. That is it for today's video. I hope you learned something new. Please subscribe and click the notification bell for more Simply Explained Air Emergency videos.